Hi, I'm Danielle. Welcome to my new YouTube channel called My Mind. This channel is going to be for anyone who's interested in OCD, in learning about OCD. Maybe you have a loved one with OCD, maybe you have OCD. I'm going to start sharing my experiences, maybe some opinions, some thoughts, lots of different things and related to OCD. Obsessive compulsive disorder is a learned and biological disorder. So what I mean by that is the learned behavior stems from several things. One of those things can be a traumatic event in your life. It can be in the womb. It can be when you were 5. It can be when you're 35. It can be when you're 72. And traumatic doesn't necessarily mean a huge car accident or someone got shot. Traumatic, it can be something that for that person expresses fear. Because OCD is the disorder is the disorder of uncertainty. So the learned behavior happens over time, but the biological part is you're predisposed to it, meaning you have it from birth. Basically, you're, for lack of better words, lacking serotonin in certain parts of your brain. And serotonin is a chemical. Generally, it's associated with happiness. Serotonin is needed in your brain and in several parts of your brain in order for your brain to function and fire properly. There's a lot more science to it as well, but for now, just know that when you have OCD, serotonin isn't able to get in certain parts of your brain. And then what analogy and something that helped me understand it was pretend you're walking across a bridge. You can be driving, whatever you want to be. You're driving or walking and there's this huge gate, okay? And then you're like, all right, shoot, I'm going to have to go back and, try again. The gate might open, it might not, depending on your life, depending on stress, depending on what you go through. And then you say, okay, the next day, maybe who knows why the gate's down, construction, going again, and the gate is still closed and you can't get through. Okay, well, this time there's someone behind you. That person gets stuck, someone behind that person gets stuck, and the gate just continues to stay closed and people just continue to honk their horn. And the horn honking and the people stuck are your OCD thoughts. So that's an obsession where you have a thought, and generally a lot of times thoughts, well, not a lot of times, thoughts are, we have thoughts all the time. Thoughts are supposed to come in, come out. Sometimes we pay mind to the thoughts, sometimes we don't. With OCD, the thoughts are just jammed up and they literally will not leave until you do something to relieve the thought. And that thing you do is a compulsion. Okay, so I just want to explain a little bit of background of what OCD is. Because something that has bothered me for many years is when people use the term or the phrase, I'm OCD about cleaning my kitchen. I'm super OCD when someone walks into my house and they don't take off their shoes. So those are two examples. That phrase, I'm extra OCD or I'm OCD. OCD is not it's a noun, but it's not something you are in that period of time. It's not a mood. It's not something you choose, like to be when someone annoys you or something like that. So I just want to clear that up because OCD is it can be a very debilitating disorder, and it sucks a lot of time out of your day. It sucks a lot in general. And OCD is not something that like you choose to have when you want to line up your books or when you want to organize things or clean things. That's not what OCD is. There's so many facets to OCD. I'll get into those eventually, but it's not just something like organization or clean or colors. Like that's not it. So whoever created that idea is wrong. Okay? So I just want to let you guys know now, and sorry I get a little heated about this because I've just heard it so many times, and like I've always stood back and was quiet about it, and I don't know. And there was one time I did stand up for myself, or just for the hurt I felt when someone said that, and it's not their fault, to be honest. People don't know, and that's why I want to do this channel, is to educate people and educate myself more and vent and help people and people who are suffering, you know. So there was this one time, this one person that I know used the term lightly, and it had to do with some numbers lining up with a gas tank, and she was like, it said OCD with like the laughy emoji, or OCD much. And like the cool thing about this story I'm about to tell is that this person, I reached out to this person via Instagram, and we know each other pretty well. Not pretty well, but like she was a friend of a coworker. I reached out and just explained that's not the definition of OCD. I kind of educated her a little bit. I didn't go too in depth. I wasn't rude or anything like that, but I just said, like, for people who have it can be a little bit sensitive. And the coolest thing about this story is that person received my information and my message so well. She didn't get defensive. She was really heartwarming about it, caring, took it down, you know, and that was like 4 to 5 years ago. And I haven't done much of that since then. And actually since then I've been through intensive treatment. And so I haven't done much of like vocalizing is what I mean. And what I have done is helped myself, learned about the disorder, took the time to do treatment. It was an inpatient treatment. It was an outpatient treatment. There are inpatient treatments as well. But I'm at the point now where I feel so comfortable with who I am. I'm a regular person. I have a job. I am 30. I like to have fun. I have friends. Like, I live my life no less than anyone else, but I have OCD, and that's what I feel comfortable with now. And I think it's time that I open up and share. So I thank you guys for listening. I thank you guys for engaging. Please engage, ask questions. Just remember, this subject is very sensitive for a lot of people. I still am sensitive about it, but I understand it more so I can educate more. But just remember that when leaving comments. I appreciate everybody, and I'm excited to get this started. Thanks. Have a great day.